No matter how small this starts, we are not stopping until it is finished.
I, Christy Clark, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and successors, according to law. So help me God.
On your subject today, I have no problem seeing another scenario playing out where the conditions are right now for a third middle-of-the-road party, and who's going to vote for any party the way we are now? It's been like that for years.
This is the turning point in human civilization.
If you put a new party into play right now that is nothing like what we have going on right now, people will cross the floor in both sides to join it. They're waiting for something like that, and the BC public is waiting for that. I certainly am. There's nothing to vote for. Who we got to vote for?
I'm skeptical about that one. I think you want a new party because you're fed up with the old parties. I'll make my pitch here for changing the electoral system, because the problem isn't the reason. You're not going to get a political party that just tells you the truth in a way that none of these guys do now.
There's no reason why a government like ours here in British Columbia shouldn't have to show everything to everybody. We don't have any national security concerns here. There's no reason for them not to be open about everything. Media shouldn't have to pay thousands of dollars to get a freedom of information request, and no citizen's going to be able to afford that.
What about business deals? Certain commercial deals that would involve a company's, say, financial situation?
Well, if a business deal is done above board, then there's not really any reason to hide the deal. If it's a good, fair deal, it's okay. I mean, I would like to make you sort of an offer that you'll say no to, but if you can give me a second, you know that I'm going to start the Truth Party and that no one's heard of it, and we're coming up dead center. This isn't a left or right thing. If I were to run for premier, I would do so by asking someone like you, who's a good and decent man, to be the eyes and ears of the people, someone who has real credibility that they've earned through the questions that they ask, and keep an eye on us so that, because this party, or this government, the premier is set up in a dictatorial fashion, it's dangerous to have someone just come in that's installed and then gets to rule us for 2 years, but it's also an opportunity to turn everything around in short order, 180 degrees. And I would like to give the people some assurance that we're being watched. And I know you have a radio gig, but maybe you could do it on the side and sort of. I tell you what, Jamie. The process.
I tell you what, man. If you get elected, I'll take the job. All right?
Okay.
We have been lied to, so it's time to do something about it.
What we do is focus our anger on the current leader, so that when it's time to get rid of him or he steps down, we get so relieved that guy's finally gone. We lower our defenses, and so the new person can come in, and we haven't done anything to address how these policies and taxes are brought to us in the first place. Gordon Campbell didn't write the HST.
They say you can't have an impact on politics unless you have millions of dollars. This party has no money. That's how you know we represent the people.
It's a grand sounding name, the Truth Party. What's the idea? What's the philosophy behind it?
Well, the philosophy is that there's no reason why our politicians and our political leaders can't tell us the truth all the time about everything, and have the media also investigate thoroughly all the truth whenever the politicians are keeping something from us, and then letting the people decide what actions to take, whether their perspective is left or right. And of course I'm going to get into these divisions, which, aren't really divisions. Most of us are just in the middle, but we're sort of divided into different groups, just to keep us sort of arguing amongst ourselves instead of tackling some of these issues head on.
They have us divided into left and right, arguing about things where we should all be agreeing on most things. Our politicians and our parties are set up to have these opposite ideals, when really the parties should be quite similar. because they're supposed to represent the people. So they should have a mix of everyone's opinion, because we're not supposed to be electing these people to make decisions for us. We're supposed to put them in power to implement the decisions that we make. And if your parties were a little closer together ideology instead of so far apart, then you could toss one out for lying to you without having a massive social shift. I have a right-wing liberal government in this province, and if I want to get rid of them, then I have to go over to the far left of the NDP, or vice versa. They're supposed to be doing what we say either way. So if we get rid of them because they're lying, they bring in someone else who does the exact same thing because he's doing what we told him to do. You have no say. It's not coming for the right or the left. This is coming dead center. We're just people. Most of us are in the middle anyway. All these arguments and division, oh, you're left wing or you're right wing. People ask me, I said, I'm going to start, this party, come into politics. They said, well, what are you? You're left wing or you're right wing? You're socialist, conservative, a communist, a libertarian, green, a tree hugger? No, I'm a freedom hugger. And I ain't letting go. And all the questions everyone asked me when I said I'm coming in, not one person said, are you honest?
You know what? I think British Columbians have had it up with the gypsies, tramps, and thieves on both sides, the Liberals and the Democrats over the last 20 years. I believe one guy that could have done something for our province was squeezed out. And I'd like to see that the last caller, I think his name was Jamie, come in and be as honest and forthright as he has, because he's going to need one heck of a spin doctor to do it.
You want a savior to come in that you could put your faith in, right?
There's the firefighters. You're going to see more firefighters laid off in the future. You're going to have budget cuts. The firefighters, ambulance workers, teachers. Everything is going to be explained to you that, well, we have to cut all these things because of the economic crisis. And then every year, it's a little worse than we thought. Worse than analysts predicted. No, it's not. It's exactly as they have predicted and designed. We are on the verge of economic collapse that has not yet begun, and they come on radio and television and tell you, oh, now's a good time to get in the market. Now is not a good time to get in the market.
Jamie, thanks for that. We'll watch for your name on the ballot.
Two bikes. Oh, is that right? Dad? How are you? Good, sir. How are you? We gotta try. I see what's going on. I gotta do something. I'm glad you are. All right.